I made some caramel apple cheesecake bars. These are the perfect fall dessert. They're sweet, but not too sweet. Let's get into it, y'all. Disclaimer, this is a recipe I found on Pinterest, but I'm starting out by making the crust. I need 2 cups of crushed graham crackers. I blended it up. I added in a half a cup of unsalted melted butter, a fourth of a cup of sugar, and it calls for cinnamon, but all I have is apple pie spice, and the main ingredient is cinnamon, so that's what I'm using. It wasn't working in my blender, so I added it to my mixing bowl and mixed it up until there was no more clumps, and then I put it in my baking dish. I smoothed it out and then I firmly pressed it down with a measuring cup. I baked this on 350 for 10 minutes. While it's cooling down, we're gonna make the cheesecake layer. 16 ounces of cream cheese, make sure it's all the way softened, half a cup of sugar, mix that up, and then we're gonna add 2 eggs, one at a time, and a little bit of vanilla extract. Once that's nice and blended, I'm gonna dice up 4 Granny Smith apples. The recipe calls for 3, but I'm using 4. I added the juice of 1 lemon, a fourth of a cup of brown sugar, and some of that apple pie spice. Mix that up and set it to the side. We're gonna start on the streusel topping. To a mixing bowl, we're gonna add a half a cup of all-purpose flour, fourth of a cup of brown sugar, fourth of a cup of chopped pecans, and a fourth of a cup of cold and cubed butter. Mix this up until it's nice and crumbly, and now we can add our layers to our baking dish. I poured the cheesecake filling right on top of the crust, and now we're gonna add the apples and the streusel topping. Bake this on 350 for 50 minutes. Let this sit in the fridge for at least 2 to 3 hours before you cut into it. Personally, I let it sit in the fridge overnight, but let's go ahead and make the caramel sauce. To a saucepan, I'm adding 1 cup of sugar with a fourth of a cup of water. Once the sugar is all the way dissolved, let it boil without touching it for about 8 to 10 minutes. It should turn into a nice golden amber color, and then you can slowly mix in a half a cup of heavy cream, add in a little bit of butter and a pinch of salt. Let this cool down before you pour it over your bars, but give this one a try, y'all. It's amazing. Let me know how you like it.